Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
And today we're taking a look at 3 different games called Pick a Pen. Even though there's no pens in any of these games.
Oh, that is true. I never realized that. I forgot they weren't pens.
They're pencils.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a shortened name for pencils.
It says roll the
what
pencils.
do you think a pen is?
If I say give me a pen and you give me a pencil, you're like, well, I thought you were abbreviating. I'd be like, well, I don't think that's how this works. But anyway, in this game, you roll pencils instead of dice. That is so cool. Or is it? I mean,
It's original.
yeah, so I mean, really, but there's no difference between literally rolling a die for each color. Let's say there were 6 color dice. You just roll those dice.
I mean, I
And
guess
then-
it's easier to, grab the pencil.
Sure, but the difference here, and I mean, yes, you grab the pencil. If I just had the 5 pencils out there, and I also had 5 dice in the game, and then I roll the dice, and you're just like, oh, the blue is a 4, so you take the blue pencil, and then you use a 4 on it, right? So it's the same thing. But the number being on the pencil is actually a problem for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
One, what happens when you sharpen the pencil down to the point where you can't see the numbers on it anymore?
How much are you sharpening? these
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, that's a good no, that really is the response. The other one, though, is once you pick up the pencil, you need to remember the number, while if it was the die on the table, it would still be sitting there.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you'll be thinking, what was my number again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the rules always say, announce your number out loud, but still, you know. Anyhow, that's the basic concept. I'm going to show you real quick on how these play, and we'll be right back. Each game comes with 5 colored pencils, a sharpener that comes with the game, and several sheets. Now, each of the sheets, you'll see this one here, is marked as number 1. There is actually, in the book of sheets, there is a sheet 2, which will add some more rules to the game, and then sheet 3, which adds even more. So the basic game is going to be a little bit different, but the basic concept is the same. You will roll the pencils on your turn, and then whoever's turn it is will draft one of the pencils, and then each person will draft a pencil, use it, and you'll go around the table multiple times. So if it's a 5-player game, whoever goes first will get 2. In this particular game, the concept is pretty simple. This is the Pick a Pen Crips game. When you take one of these, this one's a triangle, so the first triangle here, I would color in blue. That's it. If you get a wild, you can pick any shape you want to color in. If you color in one that's the same color, so this one is green. If I color it in green, I don't have to, but if I do, I then get to do another shape for free, like a bonus. And then if you color in 2 of the same color in the same row or column next to each other, you'll get bonus points. You can do it twice. If you get 1 here, you get 5. And then it will increase as the game goes by. You can put some down here in pencils and there's all kinds of different things, but it's mostly getting bonus here. You're trying to build squares of colors. And whoever has the most points is the winner. In gardens, the pencils just have a number on them, and you will color in that many hexes in the garden. And you are trying to fill in a whole section of one color, which will give you bonus points, or have all 5 colors in one section, which can give you more bonus points at the bottom. And then there's more things, flowers that you can cover up that can be added, and other things in the more advanced games. And when someone is finished, you're simply going to add your points together, and whoever has the most is the winner. And then reefs, you are going to be rolling the pencils, and each one is going to give you a certain number of basically moves you will make with that color. It's either in a straight line, or you can turn as you make the moves. You'll start from one of these outside points, and then you're trying to hit different treasures so that you can move up on these lines and get points. And you'll find more and more stuff, and the maps get bigger as you go through the book. So each of these, as you move through, you can see here's a finished one. As you're crisscrossing through the lines, just trying to hit these so that you can score points. And whoever has the most points at the end, again, is the winner. Okay, so there's 3 games here, but I think it's safe to say, for me at least, if you hate this concept or you don't like rolling the dice and doing it, and you say, I hate one of these, I think you would hate all of them. I mean, they're different, right? I mean, I think, let's go through that here. Like, which one is the best of the 3? So we have the Crips Well, let me ask you this. Which one? So we have the crypts, which is fill in shapes. We have the gardens, which is also fill in shapes, but you're filling in a garden. And we have the reefs, where you're drawing roots. Which one is the simplest, the easiest to play?
Crepes.
I would say the gardens.
Okay, so the reefs is the most complicated.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so which one is your favorite of the three?
Gardens.
I would say it's like between gardens and reefs.
For me, it's straight up gardens. But I agree with them. I think the reefs is the most complicated. In fact, the reefs is a weird one to me because you're like going underwater and finding treasure, but it's also like train routes or a subway.
I honestly forgot that we're in the water. I just thought we were
we're
making subway
underwater.
lines.
What? This isn't trains?
Yeah, it's really weird. It really feels like it was a train game and they changed it. Or like, now under the sea because you get treasure, see?
Trains have been done too many times, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't think underwater games haven't either?
Well, I've never seen an underwater subway, but
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd ride an underwater subway. Anyhow,
That is true.
each one of these has 3 different sheets where they get progressively more complex, but it's basically the same style of game. Each of them, you're slightly interactive because when we played these games, and we played these with both 4-player and with just the 3 of us, and there were mean things said to other people in every game. Do you disagree?
I mean, I feel like that applies to like 90% of the games you play.
it was mostly just a bunch of how dare you.
Yeah, it's just like, why would you do that? Like when we're all choosing
how
from one.
could you choose to win when I needed that to win?
Okay, well, there's a difference, though, with 4 players. Whoever goes first gets 2 pencils. In 3 players, 2 people get 2 pencils, and 1 person just gets 1. But I mean, it passes around. Did you notice any difference?
Not really.
I mean, I guess the game went by a lot faster that way.
Yeah, but that kind of applies to every game where there's fewer players.
All these games are pretty quick. They all say 30 minutes on them. I think they all say 30 minutes. I think Reefs is the only one that would actually go to 30 minutes. These other ones are pretty fast, especially Crips. I mean, in Crips, you color in a shape every turn, and it's not like Crips is the fewest choices by a mile. You're like, okay, I'll take the blue, square. What can I color in? The square. Yeah, you don't have, I mean, on the second sheet, then there's like, oh, I can color in a pencil on the bottom row too, but you're coloring in one thing. With Gardens, you take a blue 3, and I can color in those blue 3 in a lot of different spots. And then in this Reefs, you're connecting your line, but you're sitting there going, oh, okay, how do I connect this so it doesn't cross off other things and blah, blah, blah. Both games I have found, or all 3 games, have runaway leaders, where one person can just do really well and they cross off more stuff. Sometimes in these games, like halfway through, you go, well, I'm not going to win. Because you're just not getting all the bonuses, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like very obvious who is.
Especially for pick a pen gardens. Like, you guys kept taking all the greens. I wasn't ever able to make a single filled in green area.
Well, you know what?
So
You should have taken a green when it was first, and you rolled a green 1 every single time. So there's luck in these games. I don't think anyone on Earth needs to own all 3 of them. That seems excessive. To have all 3 in your shelf? Maybe.
Unless you really like pencil games.
But there are hundreds of these games, and that's not an exaggeration. There might even be 1,000 roll and write games out there at this point. People make them all the time. These are in the middle of the pack for me. I think they're all good. Let's do ratings. So I know no one picked Crips as their favorite. So what would be everyone's rating for Crips?
Like,
I didn't have any issues with it. It just felt kind of bland for me while playing it. It was just fill in the color and try getting bonuses, but like at the end of the day, it all comes down to luck and hope that people don't take the pencil that you want.
Okay.
So I'd give it like a 6.
Okay.
yeah, 6 as well.
I liked it better than they did. I give this one a 7. I thought it was enjoyable because this one I think requires very little thought, if that makes sense. You're just kind of like having a good time and talking and coloring and stuff. Nice family weight game. Maybe people don't play a lot of games with like this one. All right, then let's go to Reefs, the train game, underwater.
I did enjoy playing the game, though I have to say it was quite complicated, or at least complicated for me compared to the other two games. And I kept getting the rules mixed up, where to start. I don't like how the pencils are very unerasable.
That's true. You can't really make a mistake on these. I mean, they don't have erasers, so you have to steal erasers from somewhere else.
And even then, they're colored pencils.
It makes it...
It just fades it slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody had to restart a whole game because they were playing it wrong.
Well, I wanted to restart my whole game, but I wasn't allowed to because...
All right, what would you rate this one?
Like a 6.5. It was fun.
I liked them both equal, but I would have to give that one a lower score because it didn't stand as much as Garden, so I would also give it a 6.5.
I give this one a 7.5. I enjoyed this one.
Really?
Yeah, it's definitely a thinky game with a lot of cool bonuses. All right, Gardens. This is the one I guess everyone likes the best, except you said it's tied, but this one wasn't as complex for you. What would you give this one?
7.5.
Oh, 7.5.
I would just give it a 7. I like how the colors don't have to actually stay next to each other, which most of these other games made us do, because it was just a lot easier to pick a pencil and was able to use it since you don't have to make sure they're all touching each other. That would have been incredibly annoying.
Yeah, no, I get that. Well, I'm holding it upside down. So the back of the box was on. This is always a thing when we review games. Anyhow, I give this one an 8. I found this one to be a lot of fun. It's very interesting. I like the fact that you get points for filling in different colors or filling in the same color. Different colors is hard, too. And again, you can start it off and then people take the pencils you need to finish those 6s at the end.
I almost got that bonus.
But you didn't. Anyhow.
Any bonuses? I don't know why you're complaining.
So this is the Pick a Pen series, a series with no pens. But I guess Pick a Pencil wouldn't have fit in the cover as well. Anyhow, I'm Tom Bassel.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
See you all next time.